there is website known as bvc.com. Okay, now suppose now we have talked about anchor tags. Now you know what is anchor tags. Okay, the all the links. So if I just click on inspect element, now you
Mm-hmm.
see that these are containing anchor tags A. This is known as anchor tag. So whatever the link is there, so it is starting with an anchor tag.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
now
anchor tag. Yeah.
okay, now suppose if I want to count all the anchor tags on this web page, all the anchor tags, whether the element and whether the anchor tag is containing text or not. Okay,
Yeah.
now say is a new class and say anchor tags.
Mm.
Okay, main method. Now I'll just say copy some of the code, say this one. No certificate as driver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and say here. Chrome driver, say Chrome driver, new Chrome driver, and pass the options and say driver dot get and say this is my website. Okay, now after that, suppose if I want all the anchor tags now,
Uh-huh.
now there is more than one anchor tag. If I want to store it somewhere, then it should be in the list. Okay, the list because there is more than one element. If I want to store more than one element, then there should be the list. Okay,
Yeah.
now I say, and what is the type of list? Now, what is anchor tag? I have already told that it is known as web element. Anything that is present on the web page is known as web element.
Yeah.
Okay, now I am storing anchor tab that is of
Web list or web element. Yeah.
web elements list of web element. Can name it as list one equal to driver don't
Mm-hmm.
find sorry say driver dot find elements. Now not element because I am finding more than one element, so it should be find elements.
Okay.
Okay, now say from which strategy I'm finding by dot say tag name, and the tag name is anchor tag is a starting with a, so I will took a. Now whatever the I want to say, suppose if I want to find this image or all the images, just I click on this. Not how this image is starting, it is starting with img. So
IMG.
if I want to find all the tag names which is starting with img, so I will just write it over here by dot tag name img. Then
IMG.
it will store all the tags which is starting with this img. Right now I am going for my tag name a.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now I say okay, now I say so list one dot list one dot size. It will give me the size of this list. Okay, that how many anchor tags are there. It will give me the size of my list. Now, this list is containing some of the elements which is quoting the tag name A. Now, what will I do? I will run my for loop for int say I equal to 1 and say I is less than equal to
List size.
list 1 so list 1 dot size and say I plus plus. Okay. And what will I do? I'll say
System, like a, a
uh,
system dot
I just
println
I just write SYSO and say list one
get
dot get and pass my
items.
I
Okay.
dot get text. Okay. Now, if I run this, yeah, now here, yeah. Now you see, it is giving me all the anchor tags of the text of that anchor tag. Now,
Uh,
sometimes you see that it is coming as blank.
yeah.
You see, these all are blank things. Now, why? Because there is uh, simple anchor tags. Sometimes what happens, developer deliberately you can say make these anchor tags as empty. There is no text for this. Okay, now, and you will say it is not displaying. Okay, now, how can I know that which one is displayed and which one is not? I say just and say this is the thing. Dot is displayed. If
Oh,
it is returning true, then it is displaying. If it is not returning true, then it is not displaying.
okay,
Okay,
but then
now
they have given space itself in the anchor, right?
space in, mm,
Empty. They have kept
yeah,
empty.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, you can say that they have kept empty deliberately.
Okay.
Okay, now if I run it again, can we look over here again? Okay, okay, now you see true, true, true,
Mhm.
true, which is displaying on the page, then it will return true. If it is not returning true, then it is not displaying. Okay,
Okay.
now true, true, true. Okay, now if you see over here, if I suppose look for this inspected, now again it is starting with anchor tag, and you see that it has some attributes, href, class. So mainly I need my attribute href. If I want to get this attribute, how can I get it? Eh, yes, oh, same thing here. Now there is known as get attribute, and attribute you can get any attribute. Right now my attribute name is, you see, href.
Yeah.
Okay, I will say href. I have to paste it the exactly the same thing. I cannot go with href 1 2 3. No, I have to copy exactly the same thing. And after that I will just say put some demarcation so I can know that this is for the one link, and some space. Okay, close it first and run it now. Now you see I can print the href as well.
Okay. So what all has that link?
Yes, I can do. Now, what can I do? I can go, suppose if I store this value in something, I can print it values. I can go to this link as well. I can do anything. But the thing is that I can now suppose uh, if I want to go for another, say,
Image,
uh, say now, if I go over here now, if you see h2 is there, suppose if
data
I
test,
go
data test.
here, if I say class, if it has the attribute name as class, if somebody has the attribute name class, then it will definitely print that thing as well in below this thing. Okay, now what
Okay.
will I do? I will run it again. Okay, now you see it is printing the attribute class name as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can do anything with the attributes. Okay,
So in
so
first in web page, whatever we
mm-hmm,
say is web element, but then
mm-hmm,
all the hyperlinks or whichever has links or hyperlinks, and
mm,
then remaining everything is like as an attribute, like fields, like any labels, data fields, whatever
no,
we.
no, just listen to me very carefully. If this is my tag name is anchor, starting name is anchor.
Yeah.
These are the attributes, these are the attributes of this anchor tag only. This is not anchor tag of another tags. This is
Okay.
the
Okay. I got.
this is the attribute of this tag only. It if I
Mhm.
going with this get attribute class of this thing, so it will give me the attribute of my anchor tag only because I'm going for my anchor tags. Okay, now suppose now if you see so this is my whole web page. Okay,
Mhm.
now some of the anchor tags are lying over here, some of the anchor tags lying over here, some of the anchor tags are lying over here. Now suppose my anchor tags are inside this is whole div, and my anchor tag are inside this. Okay, and some of the anchor tags are here, and some of the anchor tags are lying independently on my web page. Okay, now what I have done here, I have print all the anchor tags. I
Okay.
have print all the anchor tags because driver is representing my whole web page.
Yeah. Yeah.
Driver is
Chrome's
representing
web
my
page.
whole web page and it is printing all the anchor tags. Now, suppose what is the requirement for me that I want to print these tags only, which are inside this. I want to print these tags only. Okay? So the requirement comes that I have to print these tags only. Okay, now what will I do? I will go with the class and say print particular tags. Okay, main method, and I will just copy this, and this, and this. Okay, now suppose the requirement comes that I have to print these anchor tags only, which are in the bar. I want to print only these tags. Right now, what I have done that I have print all the anchor tags. Now, again, the requirement comes that I have to print only these tags. Okay, now I'll just inspect this first. What is this? This is an anchor tag. Now, if
Yeah.
you closely look, this is inside li tag.
List tab. List element.
Yeah, list element. This is next. This is next. Okay. Now I will look for the element who is containing all these list. Now, if you see this UL tag is containing all the list tag.
Yeah.
Okay, now this UL tag is representing one element that is containing all the element, but this UL tag is single.
Yeah, it is single.
This it is single, so it is representing one element on the web page. This whole element is one element, that is UL
Yes.
tag.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
under the list. So it holds all the other list inside it.
okay, so this is, you can say, this is one tag, this is
Yeah.
one element. Okay, what I will do, I will
Mhm.
just copy, right click on this, copy, and I will just copy anything. Right now we are working on the XPath, so I will just say we are working for the copy full XPath.
Mhm.
Okay, now what will I do here? Say now it is only one element. I say
Yeah.
single web element, single web element, name it as UL1.
This is different okay, the same program. Or you did you delete it or what? The previous. Okay.
Uh, I have going for the new file.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, now I will say I have to find on which element. Now I am finding this UL tag inside this web page, and I have told you that this driver is representing this whole web page. Now say driver dot find element. Now this is only
Find
one
element
element.
of it. Yeah,
This is one.
UI class.
Okay, so say dot by dot which one, XPath. We are going for the XPath thing. I have copied the XPath from there.
Okay.
And what is the XPath of that particular element?
What is
This one.
XPath actually?
XPath is the address of the element.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, how to find the address of the element? Just go here. Suppose here. See, just close it. Okay, now suppose I will inspect this. Okay, now I have already told you that this li is representing this, next say this one, and this ul is representing whole of this element.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now what I have done, I just right click on this,
Right click and you did copy
copy
as
for
XML
full
path.
XPath, full
Yeah.
XPath, not
Of full.
XML path.
Yeah.
XPath means address
Okay.
of this
Of
element,
that UI name.
UL
Yeah.
tag.
Yeah. UL tag.
Okay, now here what I have done, I have taken that element as say web element UL1, and I am finding driver.findElement, not elements, because
Okay.
I
Okay.
am pointing towards particular single elements. UL
Okay.
is representing single element.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now what I have done, that your, now suppose this is your UL tag. Okay, now what I have done, I have taken this into this. This representing one element, that is your UL1.
Yeah.
Okay, so UL1 is representing your this element.
Yeah.
So you,
It represents all the list.
it's representing this
Yeah.
element, and this
Mhm.
element is containing all my targeted tags. I want to target these tags, and all my tags are inside this one.
Yeah. You will. Yeah. One.
Okay, now what will I do? First, I am finding the elements inside my driver. Now, what will I do? I will take a list. The same thing over here. What I'm doing, list web element list one by dot tag name. But what will I do? Instead of driver, I will find my elements inside UL1,
Yeah. Okay.
because my all targeted tags are inside this UL1.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I'm looking inside this UL1. This one. I'm not
Yeah.
looking for you driver thing. What I have done,
Okay.
I have extract UL1 from my web page, and now this UL1 is representing this tags. Now I have to look for these tags only. I'm not looking for the whole web page. I'm looking for my targeted area.
Okay.
Okay. Now inside I will say, now suppose I just say SYSO and say list one dot
Get I.
uh, so size.
Tag
Just
of.
say okay. Now suppose if I run this and if I look over here, now you see 12. And if I look over here, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the list of, yeah.
Okay. Now, what I have done, do it here. I just copy this thing and say here list1 dot get text list1 dot is displayed. The same thing I will do. Now,
Oh, see, okay, okay. Whatever you had separately.
yeah, whatever I've done here, there. Now, it will represents only these elements. It will go for these elements only. See?
The 12 within the 12.
Yes, which is in UL1.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now
Before
what I
it,
have
yeah,
yeah,
before it
it
was like a
yeah, it is
whole
going for the whole web page.
driver. That is where you gave driver. Now you reduce to element.
Yes, because my UL1 is containing all my targeted tags. This is a tag that is contained by this UL1. This UL representing this whole element, and this whole element is containing all my targeted tags. That's why I have only look for the tag name A inside this UL1. I'm not going for
Okay,
driver thing.
okay,
Okay, I have extract, you can say, big things, you can say from my web page. Now I am looking from that thing only. If you see that this is my targeted, before that, when I say this is the whole web page and it contains all my tags. Say some tags are here, some tags are here, some tags are here, some tags are here, some tags are here. Okay, no, so my targeted tags are inside this one.
mm-hmm. Okay,
Okay. Now I have what I have done, I have extracted this thing, say this thing, okay, and I have taken this two into different element and I am start working on that element only. Now I am not
okay,
bothered about these elements more because I have taken this element separately and I am start working on that element only. I'm not bothered about the other elements.
okay,
Okay. Now suppose requirement comes that I want to print all the text which is on the right side of this thing. Now I want to print all the thing. Now okay, I will say that is thing that is the allied thing. Now I will inspect it. Okay, now I see that okay, this is h2. Suppose if I go for the h2 tags, I want to print what is inside the h2. Okay, now there is no ul, there is
to
no
data, uh, something is written right here. That's a
h2
header.
header tag. Okay, now suppose
Yeah,
if I want to print only h2 tag, now here this one. Okay, now you can say this one. Okay, now you can say this one. I want to
mm-hmm.
print these h2 tags only.
Okay,
Okay, but in the previous example, what I have my li tags which are inside the ul. Now there is no ul, there is no li thing. But
driver now.
what we have to look that which element is containing all these thing. Now if I go over here,
Div class.
div class, div class. Okay, okay. Now
So
you
div
see,
class is my element.
this is the element that is containing all my h2 tag. If you see over here, now this is the, you see that it is highlighting all the thing. It is
Div data
highlighting
test idea.
this. This div is representing this whole thing. Now I have to look out for the thing that this h2 is containing. Now h2 is contained by this div, then next h2 is by this div, next h2 is by this div, next h2 is by this div. And
Okay,
this all div is contained by this single div.
Okay.
So my targeted div is this one. I will just
Okay.
copy this,
So you
copy
just have to copy the XPath, full XPath,
full
and
XPath or XPath, anything.
uh-huh.
Okay.
And then you
Now,
have to assign to the element.
now what I'll do, I say comment this one, and
Mm-hmm.
UL when I say right instead of UL I say div1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will here. Okay. Now whenever you get this type of thing, do single quotes instead of double quotes.
Okay. Yeah, I see
Okay.
some whenever I copy and paste, it is taking for
Yeah.
this path.
Okay. Now just okay. Now
Give element
div
path.
no so div1 is my now div1 is containing all my targeted thing targeted div is inside me.
Header to, yeah, header to
Okay,
class.
now if I look over here, now I have to look for the element because I first of all I want to count the number of h2 tags. Okay, now this tag is containing all your h2 tags. If I say this
Yeah.
is h2 tag, okay,
Mm-hmm.
now I have to look for the element which is come once in one div. Now if you I'm talking about this is the first div I'm talking about. Okay, because I want to count the number of elements. I want to count the number of h2 tags. Now you see that h2 tag is come once in one div.
Okay. Yeah.
Getting the
One.
point?
Yeah.
It is coming only once. I have to look for the element or for the tag that is coming only once. Now it
Okay.
can be anchor tag as well. But the thing is that I want to go for the h2 tag. So I will count the number of h2 tag inside my this div.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I go, suppose if I want to count the number of div tags, suppose I say uh,
A string. Oh, okay.
div1 and by dot tag name div. Okay, and I will count the list one dot size. Okay, now I can see that there are only four h2 tags.
Yeah.
You can see there are only four h2 tags. Okay, now suppose if I find out how many div tags are inside this div. Okay, now say now you see 32 div tags are there. Why it is
Okay.
giving you 32? Because if you look at your div tag, now we are talking about this main div.
Yeah,
Now
we
it,
were talking about main, right? Main div.
yeah, now when I say count the number of div inside this main div, it will count all the div tags. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, then it will count this one, the inside this tag,
But
this.
our focus is on H2
Yeah,
alone, right? Not
our
on
folk,
the div.
our yeah, our focus in that element which is coming only once. Now, if you see, I can count the number of H2 is at this is the one H2. Okay,
Yeah.
now if I go here, this is second H2. So H2
Yeah.
is coming only once in one div tag.
Okay.
You see, this is the internal div.
Mm-hmm.
This is your internal div. So it is coming H2 one. Here
Yeah.
H2 again one. So H2 is coming one. So I will go with here H2 tags. Okay, now if I run this again, now you see it will give me 4.
Four. Yeah.
Okay, now,
So div is different. H2 tag is
yeah,
different. Yeah.
the hash tag is, I have to look for that element which is coming only once in one div.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now, the thing is that we have not discussed about the XPath, I think so.
Yeah. For me, it was new when
Okay,
I have heard
so,
about it on our on API, but I
mm,
I never did it.
okay. Now, suppose if I say, what is the address of my suppose I say I'm living in India.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Suppose my name is Abhijit and I live in sector 35A. Then it's in Chandigarh, and Chandigarh is in
India.
say India.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, in terms of XPath, how I write my address? INDIA slash your Chandigarh slash sector 35A slash Abhijit.
Hmm. And this
This
will
is
be
my complete XPath.
okay.
Okay, XPath is nothing. It is the full address. Full XPath means full address of my element. Now, suppose if I go over here and go to my contact us page. Now, suppose I just right click on and inspect it. Okay, now this is my now I can get my XPath by two ways.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the thing is that I can right click on this, copy, and get the full XPath.
Full
Suppose if I,
expert. Yeah.
okay, now here, now suppose if I want to find XPath here, now I say you have to click on Control F.
Control. Okay.
Now you see there some option is there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now this is my starting tag. When I say my address, starting tag is India.
Yeah.
It's the root element of mine. So here, if I look over here, uh, close this one. Okay. Now, what is the root element of this web page? It is known as HTML. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you see,
But everything will be, yeah, that is the head, yeah,
yeah,
HTML.
it's a HTML. Now, my target element is this one, and you have to look for the elements which are pointing downwards. This is inside this div. My input tag is inside this div. This div tag is inside this form. This form is inside this div. This div is inside this div. This div inside this div, now this div. Okay, now if you see this div is inside this body tag.
Yes.
Okay, now I have gone for my HTML. Now after that, I have to go with my body tag. Now you see when I say body, it will automatically highlight this one. Now my targeted div is this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to look for the div number because these divs are parallel to me. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Now my target element, this one
But
is in
now
my,
what are you looking? You're looking for the address of contact or
I'm looking for the address of my name. Input
okay,
type
okay.
text value. This is the thing.
Okay, okay, okay. For that you are looking that root. Okay.
For the to I'm getting the I'm studying the X path.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
now
But for that you are trying to find the root. Okay.
okay,
In order to
now
get the X path, you are finding the head, like which one is the root.
yeah, now suppose
Okay, okay.
no say HTML body. Now it is highlighting this one. Now my targeted element is inside this div, and if I say these div are parallel to this div, then this div, because I'm looking for the same tag names, so I have to tell that on which tag, on which div my targeted element is there. So because this now suppose if 10 males are standing there, suppose my targeted is my sixth one, so I have to say that okay, male 1, male 2, male 3, male 4, male 5, okay, male 6 is my targeted one. Okay, so I have to here say div 6. Now you see it is automatically highlight this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to give the number as well. at which div you are looking, because these are the same tag name div, this is the same tag name div, same tag name div, so which on which div I am looking, I have to tell it. Okay, now
Okay.
inside this, if you see, this is the first thing, the first div. Suppose if there are two divs there, now I'm looking for my target element in the first div. Okay, so I will write it like this, say div 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I not giving anything, then it will automatically take as a first div.
Okay.
Okay, now inside that div, there is on again the first div. Again, I will write nothing. Okay, now inside this div, there is h2 div, h2 tag, then div tag. I'm not bothered about h2 because div is not same as h2. So I'm bothered about this div, and it is coming at the first place. Okay, div. Okay, now again the first div. Again, this is a form tag, and say form. Again, there is a div tag, say div. Again, this is my input tag after this tag. Now say slash input. You see, this is my targeted thing.
Mm.
This is how to calculate the X path.
Oh my God. This
See,
is like too much confusing, like to find the paths.
it's a very, very easy thing. Now, if you say, suppose here, here, if
But
I
no,
say,
like why I say confusing is like if I have to identify one element, I have to always go to this inspector. But that is fine.
yes,
But then I have to be very hands-on on knowing, like for example, let's say
mm,
like I am trying to find a submit query. Okay, if I have to find that submit query XPath, right? In that case, uh, like how do right, no, like now generally I'm just telling in order to
uh,
find submit query how
now
much
you see, just click on this one. Now, this is your
yeah
target element. Okay,
uh,
now look for the above element which are having the below arrow. Now, it is
below arrow
inside. You see, this is the my target thing. Now it is saying below.
one.
Okay, okay,
So how,
now,
so that before thing I should not see before div classes 10 div
now,
classes, let's say.
now suppose this is the thing. It's in
uh,
the come in the default thing. Now right click on this, click on inspect.
Inspect, yes.
Okay, it will target your target element is this one.
Yeah,
Okay, now click for the element which are below, which are pointing below. This is the
below,
element
okay.
below. Okay, now this is the
One,
below.
two, yeah.
This is below,
Three, yeah.
below, below, below. Now look for now again below. Now this is your now HTML is the root element. Now HTML body is always there. HTML body, HTML, because it's a common thing. All the elements
Okay,
are inside in the body tag. So HTML
okay,
body
I
now.
got it. Say for
Hmm,
example, okay, let's now the way you said checking the below item is fine. Now when we do that backslash, right, for one like HTML body like that, right? So in
yeah,
this case, for submit, let's take the submit itself, right,
yeah.
Abhijit.
Now
So
now this is my target thing.
yeah,
It
target.
it is okay, now
So
I know
now
that.
for the
Hmm,
XPath, how do I do is HTML,
now
uh,
say slash
then
HTML,
body.
then say your body. Okay,
Wait,
now
after that, come down 1 second.
so,
Body, then not that one. You said down arrow, then it is
hmm,
coming like div class, one div class.
on which number this div class is there? On which
The
number
div,
div?
okay, oh, on which number? Okay, how do I know which number? Okay,
Because
1 second.
one, because this is the parallel thing, parallel tags. This one is div, this one is
Yeah.
again div, this one is again div. So on which div I am looking, I have to tell that on which div I am looking. How can I do
Oh, then
that?
okay, then means in between I should count from after the body I should count, right? Whatever the elements
Yes.
after the body. One,
Don't. You can say just don't put that thing in your mind that you have to count now. Just look, just go for the example. Suppose if there are six sparrows are there, on which
Uh,
sparrow which you have to pick? How can you know that which sparrow you have to pick? There is something there, there is name there, there is number there. Okay, you have to pick the number 4. How can you say that you have to pick number 4? Because all the six things are same name as the type, that because there are type sparrows. Even I will take an example of parrot. If all the six parrots are there, how you should know that which one you have to pick?
0, 1, 2,
Add.
3, like indexing.
Yes, yes. So why I'm just going for the indexing thing? Because this is the same tag name div. So I have to tell this thing, this page, that at which div I am looking. What is my targeted div number? Because all these things are parallel to each other. This
Okay.
div are parallel to this div parallel to this div is parallel to this div. I'm not bothered about the script tag because this is a different tag. But this is a div tag, which is the same tag name, div. So on which it is my target element is there. We have to always go from top to bottom. Now top
Okay.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My targeted element is in the 6 div. I just write slash
Div
div
6.
in the brackets, square brackets
6.
6.
Mhm.
Then it will automatically target this one. If I
Okay.
press div 5, then it will target this one. If I press div 4, it will target this one. If I press div 2, it will press this div. Getting my
Okay.
point?
Yeah, yeah. Now I understood. So
Okay.
now when you say div 6, under
Hmm.
that, next path is, wait, okay. How do I now see the next path? After the div 6,
You have
uh,
entered this one. Now, how many divs are you seeing? At you have to see in the parallel divs. Now, if you see, if I just click on here, you can see two divs. But I have already told you, when you write single div, it will automatically take the first one.
yeah, that
Okay,
that
now,
is true. But
but
we have to
I
come
have
still down.
told you, you have to look for this down arrow thing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, now again, this is down arrow thing. Again,
Yeah.
it is inside this div because that's why it is inside this one.
Yes, it is
Okay, now
inside.
again, I say again div.
Then again div 1 div is coming. The
Okay,
third one. Yeah, that is one more
here
div.
one more div.
Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
now
Then one more div.
yeah, one more
Container.
div.
Yeah. Then
Okay,
form.
then say form.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Then form.
then form. Okay, now
Uh,
submit query is here. Okay, now I have to look for the divs again because these are all the parallel things. This div, this div, this div. These are all parallel to this div. So I have to tell him that on which div my targeted element is there, because all these are on the same line.
yes.
Okay, so I have to tell him that on which div my targeted thing is there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
one,
Under
two,
that form, one,
three,
2, 3, 4.
four,
Okay. Okay.
five,
Okay. Okay.
6, 7. It is on the seventh div. I say
Yeah.
slash
Okay. Under
div.
form, what is the div number? Okay.
Okay, here,
Oh my
and I
God. Yeah.
say this is my button. You see, it will highlight this one.
Oh, okay. Now
This is
that web element we have to take button type. Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Okay. So the
No,
path is,
this thing. If you see this thing which I have write it by myself, you can just copy and go for your full XPath, and it will give you the uh, same thing. You see,
uh-huh.
but the
No,
thing is
but this
that
one was understanding. Yeah.
yeah, but
That was
if
the way
you
you said
yeah,
was.
if you can understand the XPath, that what is the XPath, then you can do anything. But if you more the practice on your XPath, then more the knowledge you will get. Okay, you
Okay.
can get it by like you have the extension, like I have my extension like selectors hub. You can just go to Google Chrome extensions and go for your selectors hub. And if you see, I just right click over here in my selectors hub, go for my extrude XPath. Okay, and if I just say inspected and say here, now you see it will highlight
Mhm.
this one automatically here. Because you can find the XPath, but you have the knowledge how you are finding the XPath, how what is XPath type, because in the interviews they will ask you calculate the XPath of this. If you have the knowledge, then you can do it. If you don't have the knowledge, you cannot do it.
Yeah, yeah.